Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah. Thanks for joining me today for this 25-minute Pilates session in the garden. It's such a beautiful day here in England. I thought I'd do a little bit of exercise outside today. There's no equipment needed and we're going to be having a stand-up start. So whenever you're ready, let's begin. Standing with the feet hip-width apart, reach your arms up and take a nice breath in. We're going to exhale and engage the core, so draw the navel in, bring your arms down slowly, nod your chin to your chest, unpeel the spine, just hanging loosely at the bottom. Take a breath in, exhale to roll gently back up, restacking the spine and reaching the arms up. And again, exhale, engage the core, nod the chin, round the shoulders forward and unpeel the spine. Breathe in and roll back up again. We're going one more time. Exhale, nice and controlled, just feeling a gentle stretch down the back of the legs. Then place the hands down, walk forward and gently come down onto your knees, so you're in an all fours neutral position. Shoulders back and down, straighten out the spine and look down at the floor. On your next exhale, tuck your tailbone under, press the floor away from you, round your spine and nod your chin. And then breathe in to lift the tailbone, allow the rib cage to sink down and look up. Always lead with your tailbone as you go from flexion to extension, rippling through the spine. We're looking for a smooth transition as we move between the cat and the cow. Let's keep this going, but we'll start to sway backwards and forwards. So as we round the spine, push backwards towards the heels. And as we extend the spine, come forward, taking the shoulders just in front of the fingertips if you can. By doing this, not only are we mobilising the spine, but we're just getting a little bit deeper into the hips and the shoulders and the wrists. Return to all fours neutral and straighten out the spine. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Now curl the right hip towards the right shoulder and also your right ear towards the right shoulder. Smoothly and slowly transition over to the left. Exhale as you laterally flex the spine and inhale to pass through centre. Look directly down at the floor as you tip your head from side to side so you can feel the stretch around the outside of the neck as well as around the outside of your body. Keep the navel up towards the spine. Just a couple more before we come back to neutral and sit back in a shell stretch. So sit back on your heels, reach your arms forward, open up the knees to release the lower back a little bit more. We're going to go from shell stretch to half cobra, so start to come up and tuck the tailbone gently under. And then once you're into all fours, lift your feet, cross the ankles and gently lower the pelvis down. Push the floor away from you and open up the chest. Then gently sink back into shell. We're going again. As you come up, tuck the tailbone under. Keep the navel drawn towards the spine when you lower the pelvis. Good. Slowly back into shell. And again. Start to come up, tailbone tucks under. Pushing the floor away from you. Back into shell. Hold it just for a moment and then we're going to come up to an all fours position. Hands back under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to do an exercise based around the cat and cow. So on your next exhale, draw your navel in, flex the spine, bring your left knee forward and then as you go into your cow, raise the leg up. Keep the toes pointed, stay on that left leg. Breathe out as you go into your cat. Bring the knee in and in to send the toes up to the sky. Keep the chest and pelvis parallel with the floor so you're not tipping over to the right hand side. We're gently strengthening the shoulders as well as mobilising the spine and strengthening the glutes and the back of the leg. Let's bring the knee down. Straighten out the spine and we're going again on the right leg. So flex the spine, bring the right knee in and then as you extend the spine, you're sending the right leg back and the toes up. Avoid tipping over to the left, so keep the chest and pelvis square with the floor. And make sure your transitions between flexion and extension are smooth. Remember to breathe. 4 more. Concentrate on balancing between the remaining arms and legs and the precision and flow and control of the movements. Let's bring the knee back, have a quick cat stretch, then staying in all fours, we're just going to come down onto the elbows. So elbows under shoulders, keep the spine straight and the head in line with the spine. We're going to do donkey kicks. So extend the right leg backwards and then raise it up until it's in line with the rest of your body. Flex your ankle. Now bend the knee, bring it towards the elbow and then extend the leg backwards, leading with the heel. We're going to stay on this same side, so keep your ankle flexed, keep your spine neutral. Exhale as you extend the leg back. Inhale to bend the knee. We're going to add another movement. So keep the leg raised, point the toes, tap down, raise the leg up, flex the ankle to bring the knee back in. So we have a donkey kick and a toe tap, raise up, knee in. Try and exhale on every step of the movement, taking a little sip of air in between each exhale. Stay square with your mat and keep your body still. Use your core. Try not to drop your rib cage and look for fluid and flowing movements. Last one coming up, and then we'll bring the knee home. We'll sit back in shell, stretch it all out, give yourself a little bit of a rest, and then we're going to do the other side. So when you're ready, come back up onto your elbows, straighten out the spine, and then slide the left leg backwards. Raise it up, make sure it's in line with the body and flex your ankle, bring the knee in, and extend the leg diagonally backwards, leading with the heel again. Make sure your leg is in line with your hip, so it's not going out to the side, but in line with your body. Feeling that work in the back of your leg into the glutes. Exhale out, inhale in. Let's add those toe taps. So knee in, heel back, point the toes to tap down, knee in, heel back, tap the toes down. Try and get a nice rhythm if you can. And really concentrate on maintaining a neutral posture throughout and keep your core engaged. So draw the navel up, make sure you're protecting your lower back. Well done. Just a couple more. And then we can have a nice shell stretch. So on this next one, next time you bring your foot down, just draw the knee in and sit back in shell. Give the lower back a stretch, give the shoulders a rest. Speaking of shoulders, just take the right arm and pass it underneath the left shoulder. Stay in shell and just stretch out the right arm. Breathe. And now swap sides, just sliding the left arm through underneath the right shoulder. If you press your arm gently towards the floor, it does increase the stretch. We're now going to come down onto our tummy, so into prone. So when you're ready, just gently come down onto your front. Lower the chest, place your hands on the floor in line with your ears, elbows down, shoulders back and down. Part the feet to about shoulder width and draw the navel up. Keep your head and chest still. On your next exhale, gently raise the forearms up. So squeeze the shoulder blades gently towards each other and then relax them down. So your head and chest stay absolutely still. You're just raising your forearms up and down. So keep your fingertips in line with your elbows. We're going to be adding the legs in here as well. So as you raise your forearms up, you're going to squeeze your bottom and point the toes. So right here, we exhale, lift the arms and squeeze the glutes. Your legs will raise. Again, we're keeping the head, the chest and the pelvis absolutely still. Keep the legs lengthened. The movement is coming from the hip, not the knee. This strengthens the spinal extensors and it works the posterior chain of the body. Now keep your arms down, shoulders back and down, and keep the feet where they are. we're going to do some back extensions. So very carefully press into the floor with your hands, lift the chest, your elbows will come up, and then you come down onto the elbows and lower the chest. Now try and inhale up and exhale down. Go slowly and controlled and keep the shoulder blades back and down and the head in line with the spine. Listen to your body and never force it into any position. We're going to add the gluteal bracing back in. So as you come down from your back extension, squeeze your glutes, point the toes again, the legs raise. Relax the legs and push into the floor. So we have this seesaw movement. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Keep the feet parted. This builds suppleness of the spine as well as working the back of the legs and the glutes. We can add to this and progress the movement even more. So you're going to be doing the same thing, but as you come down with your chest, let go of the floor. So a little bit quicker. Still squeeze the glutes on the way down, point the toes. We're working our way towards the swan dive, which is what I'm demonstrating here. Literally just rock forward and backwards with your arms outstretched in front of you. Now you don't have to do that. It is quite an advanced movement, but we'll leave that there. Very slowly come up into all fours, part the knees slightly, tuck the tailbone under and slowly sink back onto your heels for another shell stretch. We're going to be coming to a seated position next. So if you come up, very gently, sit yourselves down with your feet down on the floor, knees and feet hip width apart. We're going to sit tall with the shoulders back and down and reach forward with the arms. Take a breath in, exhale, draw the navel in and reach forward. And then gently lower the rib cage, lean back with the shoulders and come into a full body stretch. Give your ankles a flex so you can stretch out the back of the legs. And then pop your feet down on the floor with the knees and feet hip width apart. You can keep your arms overhead. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, draw your navel in, reach up. Lift the back of the head and the shoulders and reach forward so your arms are parallel with the floor. Breathe in to roll back. And repeat very gently. Reaching forward, lifting the back of the head and the shoulders to look at the knees. So we're keeping a gap between the chin and the chest. Every time we come up, we're drawing the navel in. Really working those lower abdominals. Slowly and controlled, never forcing the body up. And then we're going to hold this here. We're going for the 100. So turn the palms down. Start to pulse the arms down, down, down. Breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. You can turn the palms up and down just as you like, try and help you count. You don't have to do exactly 100, but do make sure you're looking forward and not up at the sky. You can lift your legs into tabletop as I'm doing here if you like. Keep the navel drawn in towards the spine. If you're feeling this around your neck at the front, just lift your shoulders up slightly more. Draw the navel in and really use your abdominals. Use that core connection to help you with this exercise, because that's really what this is for. Almost there. A few more seconds. And then you can relax. Hug the knees and relax your head down. We're going to stay in supine, so pop your feet down, raise your arms overhead. On your next exhale, reach up, lift the back of the head and the shoulders, and raise the left leg up vertically. Come back down on an in-breath, and repeat raising the right leg. So lifting the back of the head and the shoulders and reaching forward towards the wall in front of you, raising alternate legs on the curl up. Keep the core engaged throughout, keep a gap between the chin and the chest, and move in a controlled way. We're just going to pause there and look at a progression. So lengthen out the legs and point the toes. We're going again, same thing, lifting the head and the shoulders, reaching forward with the arms, but this time we're keeping the legs lengthened. Now, if you prefer to do this as you were before with the feet down, you can do, but if you want the progression, this is just a little bit more challenging for the abdominals and the hip flexors. Exhale up, inhale down. Just a couple more. And then last one here. And now relax. Let's have a full body stretch. And then if you just pop your arms down by your side, palms facing down. Place the feet down, knees and feet hip width apart. We're going to go into a shoulder bridge. So next time you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, roll up through the spine towards the shoulders, and then breathe in to roll back down and tip the pelvis gently forward. Let's do this a couple more times. Remember, this is also sequential control of the spine, so we unpeel vertebra by vertebra on the way up, and we come down the same way. Remember not to flare the rib cage when you come up. You're keeping your tailbone tucked gently under, squeezing the glutes. Now we're going to hold our bridge the next time we come up. Keep the knees facing forward, and you're going to take your right knee and allow it to just drop out to the side. Bring it back. Same on the left. Let's keep this going. Alternating knees, but keeping the back of the pelvis square with the floor. Keeping the tailbone tucked under and really using the strength of our arms to help balance us. So you might just want to widen out your arms a little bit on the mat to help you balance. Let's just open up the hips and get into the hip abductors, the outside of your hips and the glutes. Just a couple more. And then bring the knees back, roll down from the bridge and give the knees a squeeze. Let's have a full body stretch, and this will take us nicely into seated. So flex your ankles, take a breath in as you reach your arms up. Exhale, draw the navel in, lift the back of the head and the shoulders and come up to seated tall. Come onto your left side. You're going to be on the elbow, so elbow underneath the shoulder, knees bent with the heels in line with your tailbone. Send the top hip away from you to straighten out the spine. You might need to bring your elbow in slightly, but then raise your top arm up vertically and lengthen out the top leg so it's in line with the body. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, press into the floor with your elbow and lift your hip. Then gently come down. So hip dips. Ultimately this is a side plank, so it's quite a challenging exercise. Try and make sure you're staying strong around the left shoulder. You're not falling into it with your neck. Now we're going to add the leg. This is optional, by the way, okay, because this is quite challenging. But as you can see, all that's happening is you're coming off the hip, raise the leg up, and try and tap the thigh with your top hand. Toes tap back down, and we bring the hip down. We're going to go for one more. And then we're going to stay on this same side and also on the elbow. So just come down with the hip. Make sure your spine is still straight and the hips are stacked. Place your fingertips down on the floor and raise the top leg up so it's parallel with the ground. You're going to flex your ankle. Now we're going to kick forward for 2 counts. Point the toes to return the leg back in line with the body. This is side kick. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Try and keep your body still. So this is a hinge at the hip so you can really stretch the back of your legs. Up on the elbow like this works the shoulder, but it can be done lying flat on your side. Let's relax that there. We are going to come down flat, so lengthen out the bottom arm and rest your head on it. Take the top knee and place it down in front of you and lengthen out the bottom leg, flexing the ankle. Keep the hips stacked, and then you're just going to raise the bottom leg up and gently down. Let's work the inner thighs with the bottom leg. When you flex your ankle, all you're doing really is taking the toes towards the knee. And you're drawing the heel up and down. You're going to really feel this around the inner thigh and towards the knee. Let's pulse this out. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Breathe. Just a couple more. And relax it down. Perfect. Okay, just bend the knees. Pop your hand down and help yourself to come to seated. Sweeping the legs around the front. So you're coming down onto your right elbow this time. So we start with the knees bent, and then we send the top hip away from us to straighten out the spine. We'll reach up with the top arm and lengthen out the top leg so it's in line with the body with the toes pointed. Hip dips. On your next exhale, lift the hips but press into the floor with your elbow. If you think more about lifting the side of the rib cage up, some of this is strength based, but some of it is technique as well. Feel the squeeze around your obliques, so the outside of the body closest to the floor. So we're adding the leg raise in here. This is of course optional, but we come up off the hip, raise the leg up and tap the hip back down. Remember, you're trying to tap the outside of your thigh as well as you raise the leg up. Last one. And then we're going to stay down but still on the elbow. and then just place the fingertips down on the floor in front of you. Raise the top leg up, flex the ankle so your toes are pointed forward, and then we're kicking forward for 2 counts, pointing the toes to take the leg back in line with the body. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Remember, this is a hinge at the hip, so we're trying to avoid moving or flexing the spine at all. Keep your head in line with the spine and just enjoy the hamstring stretch. Last one there, and then we're going to come down flat on the bottom arm. Take the top knee and place it on the floor in front of you, lengthen out the bottom leg, and again flex the ankle, so just draw the toes towards the knee. Okay, keep the hips stacked, draw your navel in and just start to raise and lower the bottom leg. Just feel that lovely squeeze around the inner thigh towards the knee. Exhale up, inhale down. Excellent. We're going to hold this here, pulsing it up, up, up. Breathe. Well done. And relax. Now gently roll onto your back. Place your feet on the floor, arms down by your sides. Take a nice breath in, and then as you exhale, draw your navel in and extend your left leg up vertically, pointing the toes. Lift the back of your head and shoulders and take hold of the back of your thigh just before the knee joints. Lengthen out the right leg diagonally. Give the left leg a squeeze, then let go and catch the other leg. Let go and catch the right leg, and repeat. So try and keep your head and shoulders absolutely still. Draw your navel in and make sure you're looking at the wall in front, not at the sky. You want to be working your core muscles and stretching out the back of the legs. Just a couple more. Good. And then we're going to relax it there. Let's take a full body stretch and flex the ankles. Take a breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, engage the core, nod the chin, roll the shoulders forward and come to seated tall. Place your feet on the floor, knees and feet hip width apart, hands on the floor behind you with your fingers pointed forward. Gently lift the breastbone and tip the pelvis slightly forward to find a neutral spine. Now bend your elbows and then push the floor away from you to come back up. Keeping the elbows squeezed together as you bend them. Try not to flex the spine. You're really working the back of your arms, getting into the triceps. If you want to work a little bit harder, you can do this by lifting your bottom. So you come up off the tailbone into a backwards all fours position, still bending the elbows. So this is not just lifting and lowering the tailbone. Okay, even though it looks like it is, the reason the tailbone is going down is because the elbows are bending. So again, try and keep the elbows squeezed towards each other to really work the triceps, but do whichever version works best for you. If you're doing it with your tailbone off the floor, you'll feel it working the back of your legs as well. Last one. Come back to seated. Keep the feet down, but we're going to come onto the elbows. Let's find a neutral spine by pressing the elbows into the floor and opening up the chest. Gently tip the pelvis slightly forward and draw the navel in. Now slide the right leg forward, pointing the toes. Raise and lower the right leg without flexing the spine. Nice and steady. Exhale up, inhale down. Really getting into the hip. You can start to flex your ankle on the way down as well. So heel down, toes up. Just thinking of the leg as though it's a paintbrush. Nice, smooth movement. Good. Working the front of the thigh, stretching out the back of the leg. Working the chest and the shoulders as well, so a really good one for promoting better posture. Good. Let's relax that. We're going to swap sides then. So lengthening out the left leg. Point the toes. Make sure your spine is still neutral. Raising the leg up and slowly down. So as you raise the leg up, try not to let the lower back fall towards the floor. You're going to try and hold a neutral posture. Remember, you can flex the ankle to come down and point the toes to come up. So a little bit of coordination and concentration there. Nice, smooth and elegant exercise. Feeling that around the top of the thigh towards the pelvis, really getting into the hip flexors. Good, last couple. Brilliant. Let's make this one the last one. Relax. And then come up to seated. Bring the knees and feet together. Just part the knees. Bring the feet a little bit closer towards you with the soles touching. Lengthen through the spine by lifting the breastbone. And just enjoy the inner thigh stretch. You can make butterfly movements with your knees if you like, just to encourage a little bit more of a stretch. And then we'll bring the knees together, and that will bring us to the end of the session. I really hope you enjoyed the session. If you did, please give the video a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and maybe leave me a comment as well. I'd love to know how you got on and what your thoughts of the exercise routine were. With all that said, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.